Hello, guys. Welcome back to Local Beauty. I have my co host with me, Tyler Rodman, and I have a Maverick Rodman and Morticia Rodman. Morticia is new here. We're really fortunate, I guess, to have gotten her with I don't know what's the word I'm looking for without really like we planned to get a giant schnauzer later in life, like that's what we talked about, but we really didn't think it'd be this soon. And we thought, we were kind of looking for another dog, but we were gonna get a Doberman, and then we decided, with being in the military, I feel like it's hard to own, those types of breeds that are dangerous. When you're moving and you're not knowing where you're going and if the on base housing will allow it. So I thought, let's just get a giant schnauzer. And we found her honestly quicker than we expected to. It was, I think, just the timing was right. I took a, so I had to go pick her up from Mississippi. From North Carolina, that's super far. So I flew to Mississippi, picked her up, spent the night in like outside of Atlanta, and then came back the next day. It was quite the long trip, but it was worth it. She's such a good girl.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah.
She's a big puppy.
Yes, she's 4 years old. She'll be 5 in May, but so far she's great. She just sometimes doesn't get along that well with Margot, but
That's because Margot's a diva.
yeah,
She just doesn't like her being around other men or other family members. They're warming up. They're doing better, but it was a little rough the first week. I'd say.
yeah, it is what it is, and two females, so you can't always like get along. So it's been, I think, 3-ish weeks, so everyone's still adjusting and stuff.
She'll snap every once in a while, but it's very rare.
Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, we're back again. Our topic for today is we're kind of just going to discuss why degrees aren't really like, I don't want to say not important because I think some degrees are important. But I just want to say that there are some career paths where they're not really.
Don't be afraid to say it. College is a waste of time. She's afraid to be politically correct at times. I think I'll
No,
say it. I think college is a waste of time, and I have to agree. So
no, how do I put it nicely? So I think there's certain careers where it is very much necessary, but I also want to just go over some of the things.
Morticia has a problem with the TV. Anytime there's a dog or anything she doesn't like on the TV, she got to let us know.
Hold on. Sorry, Morticia keeps growling just due to the fact that. So
Get.
she, in general, just for some reason likes to bark at dogs on
Get out.
TV. Even if they're cartoon dogs, she'll start barking and it's funny. But
Okay, now all the dogs are in the house, so we should be good.
yeah,
And our second topic is what? Politics and business.
yeah. So first, we're going to talk about a little bit about degrees, and then we're going to talk about politics and business. I'm going to be editing this for a while, let me tell you.
I think it's kind of funny. You should keep it in.
Okay, second, oh, now the females are fighting. You can't, I think you can maybe see her ears, but not Margot, because it's cut like right
Margot's just
here.
a diva. She's old and grumpy now.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, all right, second, we're going to talk about politics and business. We're going to talk about some of the, like, I don't know. I like to just push the boundaries and talk about topics maybe a lot of people don't want to talk about. And Tyler's always down for that too. But we're going to be real nice about it.
No.
If
We'll be
he's,
honest.
we'll
We'll
be,
be honest.
well, we'll be honest in a, like,
Honest in our opinion.
in a critical feedback kind of way.
Again, it's our opinion, so if people don't like it, then I mean, again, everybody has their own opinion, so these are strictly our opinions and no one else's.
Hmm.
So
Exactly. Okay, so first off, back to high school. I honestly feel like I was kind of given no other option than to get a degree. And I mean, my parents told me at least, just, no, shut it.
what is their deal tonight?
For me, I feel like I wasn't given any other option with like than to get a degree. And so I just that's where I said, okay, I'm going to major in art, and that's what I'm going to do. And about halfway through my bachelor's, my parents were like, "Oh, so what are you going to do with it?" And in my head, I'm like, "Shouldn't you have told me this before I even decided to major in art and go over like what we're going to do with our lives?" But that did not happen. Let me just turn off the TV so she has like nothing more to bark at.
There ain't nothing on the TV.
She's just being crazy.
I think she hears Calm upstairs.
Okay, so I keep losing my train of thought because I keep getting distracted. Okay, so we're gonna go back once I.
Settle down, don't get flustered. You had no choice, which you didn't. Your parents forced you to go to college, and you got an art degree, and your mother asked you, "What are you gonna do with it?" So then you decided to go into art therapy.
Okay, my sorry, my brain is coming back. So I wasn't really given an option, and oh, I already said that. So so midway through my program, I thought, okay, what could just make me money, I guess, as an artist besides just making the art? So I thought, let's just try out for art therapy. And for me, I did like the aspects besides just money of being a therapist. But even later on, I thought, okay, you can't really make that much money as a therapist. But any job, I feel like you have to really do it for the passion to make it worth it. Obviously, the money's a bonus and stuff, but at that point in my life, I was like, okay, I need something to pay the bills. So I decided, okay, let's do art therapy and go from there. And I even was able to get a scholarship to my grad program, and I was really excited about it. But I, when I entered my grad program, I was just like, this really isn't for me. Like being a therapist is really, really serious. But at that point, I did decide I really do want to work with people, but like in a different way. But I mean, he remembers after I dropped out of my grad program, I was like depressed for a couple weeks because I just thought, oh wow, I have this art degree, and
Yeah, you went purse shopping. I remember that.
I bought a Gucci bag with the money I got back from dropping out. And I was like, oh, the Gucci bag will make it all better, right? Um, yeah. Did it really? And yeah, for like a day, I was like, ooh, I have this Gucci bag. But it wasn't money well spent, though. That was pretty much not, that was not
I
good.
mean, you still
But
got it.
I mean, I still got it. Yeah, hell yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it lasts longer than
It's lasted till now. I still have it. It was a little bit of retail therapy, guys. They should have a profession for that. But no, honestly, at that point, I thought to myself, why was the 4 years of my life just, I don't know, why did I do it? I could have learned art from like just a private instructor or something at that point. That's where my mind was at. And I thought I wasted so much money. And in school, I saw other people either drop out of the art program or switch programs because they decided, like, what am I doing? The only people, honestly, that I still know of that graduated with me, like, they're pursuing graphic design. I don't I don't think I think I maybe know, like, one person that was in my level that's still producing art and stuff. Like, even some of the instructors are just doing art on the side, and that should have just told me a lot, I guess, about why I guess why I was even, I don't know. I mean, I met one of my best friends in college, so I feel like that did make it worth it, but then it's like it was a lot of money down the drain, and I just feel like I ended up going into the field I am now with aesthetics, and I also did do my laser program, laser hair removal, and that's what I really am passionate about now. So I could have I could have saved myself a ton of money, but at that point in my life in high school, I didn't know any of my options, and I wish I had known like more about the beauty industry and what my options were besides just getting a degree and then made a better decision.
Yeah, but that also wasn't like super relevant in 2012, 13 as it was.
True.
So, and I don't know, I guess for me, since we're sharing our backstories,
So before you start, I just want to make sure you cover all the boxes. I would like you to explain to them what happened after high school to
yeah,
you.
don't worry, I'll get there.
What happened after high school up until you decided to finally get a degree.
Okay. So I was never forced. My parents never were ones for college. They were just like, if you do it, go to a junior college, just because they are more of a blue collar, I guess you could put it, family. Where my dad was a firefighter, my mom was kind of did a bunch of different jobs, went to nursing school in the 80s and stuff, but they're more of a trade school, blue collar type of thing. So I was never forced into it. Tried to go Marines in high school, and then my dad was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not signing that at 17." So then they convinced me to go into junior college. I did that first semester, dropped out. It just didn't. I don't know. I don't like doing extra school work if I don't need to. Um, and then I tried that for a year, and I dropped out every semester of every class. And then my dad convinced me to go to fire academy in 2011. Did that, and then went to EMT school after that. That one took two times, just because that I needed the more expedited class versus the 6 month course. So I finally passed that. And then I finally went to college for my junior college at Saddleback and did that for 2 years. And then, I don't know, I still did the volunteer fire stuff, but I just always wanted to join the military, I guess, because I don't know, I just couldn't get it out of my head. But I was basically, stipulation was sit down with my dad's firefighter friends and talk about every branch. So that's why I came to the Air Force. And then when I did join the Air Force, I, after we had Callum and I was instructing, I knew I was going to have a lot of time to actually do school. So I did my bachelor's in online at SNHU and did that in a year and a half. And I did that with psychology, which is weird because I'm not like an emotional person, but I like understanding the mind. And I did it with forensic psychology because I thought I was going to go FBI. Um, so I want to understand like why certain people do certain crimes and or just have the behaviors that they do. I do debate my masters, but I would wait until I'm probably my last four if I was ever to do that. And it's just simply because the military paid for it. It's not because I actually have this strong desire to do it at all. I think college, personally, the only reason I did college is because the military paid for it. If it wasn't for that, I would have never gone because I don't find it a, how do you say, I don't find it a very good investment because everybody has a bachelor's degree nowadays almost. And it's not what it was 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago. Um, all it is now is just you going in debt and working a regular part-time job that everybody else does out of high school. That's just my opinion. So again, I would have never have done it if it wasn't. Trade school though is a different thing. I advocate for trade school 100%. I think that's a way better option than going and just sitting in university and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. So,
Mhm. And what was the time period though, from high school to when you joined
oh,
the Air Force?
I graduated 2010 and then I joined in 17. And then I got my degree finally in Well, I guess I went to three different schools. I did the community college in 2014 or 15. Finished that in the end of 16. Went to that school in Arizona for this exercise science online in 2020,
Hmm.
and then did SNHU in 2022 to the end of 23.
Yeah, but guys, it took him a long time after high school to actually make that decision.
Oh yeah, I
Sorry, I
don't
don't mean to speak for you.
no like I and the reason I don't advocate for degrees right after high school is high schoolers don't, for the most part. You're gonna change your mind 5 times. I think I changed it 6 or 7 times right after high school, from like kinesiology to exercise science to business to I, you're just not gonna understand. And I think the best thing I did is my mom just let me just work out of high school and just figure out my life after, instead of just forcing me to go to university and wasting money.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And for the longest time, I tried to have everything all planned out. But even now, nothing is planned out. I'm still discovering new things as I'm going along. And I mean, that's the joys of, growing and getting older and wiser. But
I think if we say stagnant, it's kind of gonna, like, I think about changing in the military. I tell you all the time, like,
yeah.
in 2 years, I'll probably apply for a different type of job if I'm able to. So I don't know many people that can do one job forever. My dad and uncle, yeah, but
Yeah, he didn't think his job was what the book said it was.
and I enjoy my job. It's becoming more. It's very physically demanding, and being 34, by the time I try to 45, I'm just starting to feel a lot more. Like, I'll do it until I'm 45 and I retire. It's no issue. But there's also a job in the Air Force that is more geared towards what my degree is. So I wouldn't mind trying it out if I'm able. If not, then whatever. But it's no big deal.
And
But
after a decade too, it's like you have different interests. You're
yeah,
looking towards a job that's going to help you when you retire,
yeah,
and that'll help. That just makes sense with the degree he does have and all that stuff. But again, like if you, I mean, I can't even say if you weren't in the military because, like, I don't know what other option you would have had if you
honestly,
hadn't.
if I would have got out last year, probably just wouldn't border patrol or something. Honestly,
Border
I
Patrol.
just I hate sitting at a desk, and I couldn't do a job that requires me to sit at a desk. Or, like, sure, they make a lot of money, but I don't care about that.
I mean, there's a lot of jobs that require not sitting at a desk. I mean, some people say his current job is air traffic controlling, but he says that sounds very boring.
I mean, no one really says that.
I've heard that
I mean, they claim. I mean,
because you
they
talk.
say it's similar, but there's really
I'm like, you talk.
they say it's similar, but there's no
You
similarity to that
talk
at
to an
all.
aircraft. That's what you do.
Yeah, not like guiding them into a runway.
It's must be easier to guide someone to a runway than it is to drop a bomb.
Mm,
No,
they have their both stressful moments. And,
stressful moments.
yeah, it's definitely different.
There's been some planes that have gone down in recent years, so maybe that job's getting more interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know, but
But with degrees, honestly, when I went to aesthetic school, there were so many girls that were younger, much younger than me in the program. And I thought, damn, if only I knew what I do now, had I known about being an esthetician getting out of high school, obviously I would have just done that and just started my career at 18. And then I think, well, damn, if I had 12 years experience by now, man, where would I be?
yeah, but you can't
But
look in the past either. Like, everything you did, Lord put in your life for a reason. So I mean, yeah, should, coulda, woulda. I wish I would have joined at 18 and, like, been defiant and been like, no, I'm joining the Marines, because I could have been retired in 3 years. but it probably wasn't the best because maybe that branch wasn't the best for me. Just like same for you. You know what
Yeah, no, that is very
I mean?
true. It is really true. You know, sometimes you have to just experience it just to know, and I try and tell other people you really don't need a degree. Like my brother for example, he doesn't have a degree because he didn't really see a need to even be in school, which isn't a bad thing, but me and Tyler just coached him to do other things, and
Try to do
he's on
things.
that journey, right? He's on that journey to self-discover what he wants to do.
Quite about that one.
Oh my gosh. He I'm not even gonna go there anyways. Do you want to wrap things up or
I think on
get some
that topic, yeah, I mean, I don't. I've kind of expressed I'm over for trade school. I don't know. If you're gonna go to university, I don't find it a bad thing. I just think you really need to know what you want to do and don't try to discover yourself at university. I think you need to really figure it out.
where should people discover themselves?
I don't know. I always advocate for graduating, taking a year or two off to work, and
Hmm.
not discover yourself by partying and sleeping around all that bull crap.
Sleeping
But like,
around.
yeah,
Define sleeping around.
but it's very self-explanatory, Jackie. It's a very easy thing to understand.
Do you mean like just laying in bed and just like
Okay,
and
now
relaxing at home? Or do you
you
mean
know
just being a slut
exactly.
and sleeping around?
Yeah, a man, slut, a hoe, whatever you want to call it. Like that's it's
Is
it's
that
a
what they're
very
called?
yeah. That's a very
Don't be a man slut or a hoe.
that's a very. I'm trying to be PG here with Lord Want, but that's like the only way I know to describe it.
Sometimes I'm not sure if that's actually what you're saying.
No, no, that's because I don't know. When I graduated high school, it was like you always heard people like, "Oh, I'm discovering myself." It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going on my fifth date this week with this fifth person, and this is what I'm like. I don't that they don't care. Like that's not helping you in your future at all. So that's what I mean is like them going out to party all the time or them hooking up or whatever. Like when I say discover yourself, it's like figure out what you like, your interest, and then go spend your money and waste your money at college. Don't do it while you're at college.
I
So
know. Yeah, that's literally what happened to me, besides the slutty part.
thank God.
For me, I will say I met some great people that are still
Sorry,
my
man.
friends.
Turn the heater down.
Okay,
It's way too hot in here.
I'll continue this. So I met some great people that are just my lifelong friends now. And I did discover, I guess, what I like, what I don't like when I was at college. And I just never felt more like myself there too. Like, just, I think more so, everyone I was there with had the same goals with art. Even if they were super unrealistic, we still were all there together with this pipe dream.
I
So
mean, psychology is just as bad as art, in my opinion. So
Tyler, he's saying that this man, he's like, damn, we have to have these small groups and talk about our feelings and then comment back
oh,
to
it was
each
the
other.
dumbest thing ever. I don't like.
This is so lame. I said, what do you think psychology is?
I want to learn about the mind, not talk about my feelings and all that freaking crap.
I mean, the feelings are accessed from the mind, are they not?
People just want to talk about. No, I'm not going to get into it. But
Well, Tyler, I mean, men in general. Sorry to put men in this box. Have difficulties sometimes talking about their feelings as much as women.
yeah,
Not
I mean
saying all men.
that's true. Except for now. I mean, nowadays all these
I
men
like
try
to
to.
be sensitive a lot to men because they're put under a lot of scrutiny. So that's just where I'm
Oh, we
getting
we
at.
definitely are 100%. I mean, that's no doubt. We get
Mhm.
judged a little bit harder, but I think we're able to take it also a little bit better as well. So
Mhm.
we just kind of it's a good and bad thing.
Yeah. But
Also, personally, I don't want to be coddled either. Like, I'll tell you something wrong with me for the most part. I don't know. I don't want to be like, "Are you okay?" It's like, yeah, I'll tell you if something wrong with me. You know what I mean? We're different with men, females in that aspect. Or if I need something, I'll either tell her or I'll just text my buddy. and tell him something. And he's like, all right, cool, man. I'm glad we talked, and then to be done with it. So, the college, my opinion, unless there's more you want to talk about. Don't worry, you get, stop staring at the microphone.
Okay, I'm just looking for the green light. Sorry. uh, guys, by the way, and I did say this in 2 episodes ago. I didn't realize you had to charge wireless mics. I just told my friend today. She was like, "Oh, you're so funny." I said, "Yeah, I'm hilarious." But
Jackie Lane.
I'll try and bleep it out if I can figure out how.
Sorry.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna make this part one, part two. If that's okay with you. We'll just split it.
Oh, that's fine.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's fine. That's your show.
it's our show.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Well, if you guys have any questions for us, just let us know. But that's kind of our thoughts on degrees versus trades. Um, I'm currently pursuing my trade, and he's in a trade right now, not using his degree, but for as long as this podcast goes, like maybe you'll see where we end up in the next 10 years when he retires. That will be really exciting. But
Yeah.
all right, guys, stay tuned for part two for our second topic about politics. And we will see you on the next one. Bye.